oh crap, something's on fire. I need to vacate the premise immediately. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to Shifting Lanes. Oh boy, I love the way the Mustang sounds when you get on her and drive her like you should. This is an absolutely amazing machine. But we're not here to talk, well, basically anything about the Mustang today. Today, I might be in the Mustang, but is literally only serving as a mode of transportation for today's video. Nor are we here to talk about my 2008 Volvo C30 project car. Even though, and I'm very, very excited to announce this, guys, she will be making her triumphant return to the channel next week. She's back from the shop. She's driving better than ever. We still have a couple little things to do to her to get her ready for the track. Yes, we are taking her to the track with the Mustang because I need some practice in that car, or we need some practice with that car to actually, oh, this is a no outlet. At any rate, we need to get that car up and ready for the track because, well, we gotta put it up against the Veloster. I mean, come on, two hot hatches in the same channel. We gotta race them. We gotta figure out which one's fast. We have modern, more expensive, but loaded with tech. And then you have my C30, which, not that expensive, modded to high hell. Should be a fairly interesting race, and I kind of want to put my best foot forward with it. So basically, represent you guys well in the battle with the Veloster. And so it is at this stage you might be wondering to yourself, well, Chad only owns two cars, the Volvo and the Mustang. He's not going to talk about or work on or drive either of those two cars. What the hell is today's video going to be about? Well, I'm not going to review a car. No, I haven't purchased another car, even though I really want to. Today, I figured it would be cool if we took a trip down memory lane. I've owned a bunch of different cars in my life. The first car I ever owned was a 2001 Ford, go figure, 2001 Ford Focus. It was a 3-door hatchback. It was my very first car. It was as base cars get, but it did have 3 pedals, a 5-speed manual box. It was a peppy little car. It handled beautifully, but it met with a very, very unfortunate end, and that is what we're here to talk about today. I'm basically gonna tell you about the worst accident I have ever had in my life and how I walked away without a scratch. I mean, not even a scratch. I mean, obviously my ego was bruised and I was scared, well, pretty crapless that my dad was gonna, you know how dads can be, but I was scared that I was gonna get in a crap ton of trouble, but I wasn't injured. And that accident could have been so much worse. I was lucky to walk out of there without a scratch. I was lucky to walk out of there with my life. But here's the thing, guys. The airbags, they completely missed me. Again, walked away, no scratch. Airbags completely missed me. But I firmly believe that if it wasn't for those airbags, I would not be here today. That accident could have ended so much worse than it actually did, and I am lucky to be here creating content for Shifting Lanes, creating content for you guys, partnered up with Greg and Hanson. They might have different opinions, but I was 19 years old, and I was supremely lucky. So before we get into it, let me just, well, let's just say, set the scene for you guys. The year was 2003. I was a freshman in college. I happened to be playing baseball for the college, and I worked at a hardware store for, well, let's just say, spending money. It also just so happened that, well, a lot of the guys on the baseball team with me were also gearheads. We had all seen the Fast and the Furious by this point, and we fancied ourselves to be something of street racers. So, after practices for baseball, things of that nature, we might have done a little drag racing in the parking lot of my college, or one of the parking lots, I should say. And so don't know if this was a contributing fact. Actually, that'd be a lie. I know this sort of mindset was kind of a contributing factor to this accident because, well, I started feeling myself. I started feeling, you know, that I had some ability behind the wheel, and I didn't. I was young and dumb, and some would say I'm still dumb, but you get the idea. You have all this stuff. Fast and Furious inspired street racing at my college. Not really knowing my own limitations in a car, thinking I was a way better driver than I actually was. And, well, my favorite form of motorsport at that time was World Rally. And I kind of read some things, watched some things on getting a front-wheel drive car to kick the ass end out without using the e-brake, i.e. lift off, oversteer. So you have this sort of perfect storm, this perfect cocktail. For me at that time, an accident was almost inevitable. It was gonna happen. I was gonna have one. It was just a matter of how severe said accident was going to be. So the day, that fateful day in question, I was leaving class, I was heading to work. I was a little bit of a rush because I wanted to get to work, wanted to get the stuff I needed to get done, and be back to the college in time for our, you know, evening practice, evening workout, that sort of a thing. So I was already driving faster than I probably should have, and I was feeling myself, and we eventually arrived here. Here is the piece of road in question. As you can see, we got a nice little left-hander from my perspective coming that way, this way, yeah. So we had a left-hander coming into this right-hander, leading to a blind left-hander, which we'll get to in a moment. But it was right about there-ish that I decided I was going to test my lift-off, oversteer, well, theory, practice. I was going to give it a shot. Now, you can see for a multitude of different reasons why this is a bad idea. House, another house, another house, more houses up there. This is a residential area and not the best place to be trying stupid stuff with your car. So like I said, got to about here, decided I was going to lift off and be a hero, got into a bit of a tank slapper, and right up there where you can actually still see the dent in the guardrail is where I let's just say ran out of talent. Another reason a bad idea, had it gone really bad, river I could have gone into. At any rate, here we are. Now, it's kind of crazy to me now that looks relatively new and fresh and stuff, but this right here is where I made impact. Right on this piece of the guardrail. Thankfully it was here, otherwise I was going to those nice folks, let's just say homes, or like I said, the river that's kind of running here. Now, the fun didn't stop here. Oh no, I bounced off of here all the way and into the embankment. Now that embankment is actually where the airbags deployed. Now as you can see these cars going off, it doesn't look so bad here, but if you get to where the car was, you can see extremely blind corner. Now my car came to rest right at the apex of it, right in the worst possible spot. And my car was pointed with the driver's side door, pointing to oncoming traffic in their lane, deer. And it was at this point that I was in such a state of shock, such a state of, oh my God, what did I just do, that I didn't even know where I was. I didn't even know where, like, if I was in the car. Like, I was in such a daze. Now again, look at this perspective. I'm a sitting duck right here. It was right at this point where I could smell something, and what I was smelling were the burning from the airbags deploying, and that snapped me back to reality. That basically burning smell, that smell of the explosion that just happened, that deployed my airbags, that brought me back to reality. That got me out of the car. That got me out of a very precarious situation to where I could at least run down on this side of the road here and warn people that I had in fact run out of talent and had the biggest impact of my life. Now, believe me, that's not the worst accident in the world. It could have, without the guardrail, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. The really super dangerous part of that accident was where the car came to rest. Right in the wrong lane, driver's side door pointing towards opposite traffic, blind corner. That was the most dangerous part of that. And the sum total of the damage to the Focus was, obviously I jacked the pretty much whole right front of the car up. I hit the embankment on the driver's side front so hard that it folded the wheel up into the engine bay and actually ripped out one of the engine mounts. Man, that Focus, man, she lived a really, really rough life. 3 weeks prior, I may or may not have Tommy Boy'd the driver's door. 2 days after the accident was when I was scheduled to have that fixed. But, like I said, in the beginning of this video, throughout this video, I'm lucky to be here. Like I said, the airbag missed me. Sorry guys, got home, realized I didn't actually film why the airbags missed me. Now, as you can see, I have this seat pretty straight up, and there's a very good reason for that. Seat is a safety feature, and it's meant to keep you in it in the event of an accident, meant to keep you from jolting around, keeping your neck relatively safe. There's a reason why having your seat in a proper position is paramount. Now, when I was younger, I had these bad boys reclined way too far. So what happened was when the car went this way, I kind of recoiled in this direction and the airbag kind of deployed over my left shoulder like that. And well, it was stupid to have the seat like that. Who knows, if the airbag had actually hit me, things may have been different. I may have snapped into reality much quicker. But yeah, always have your seat in the proper position. It may have worked out for me, but it was very close to not working out for me. I could have really injured my neck. But it was that smell, that burning. If you've ever been in an accident, you know that burning, very distinctive airbag deployment smell, for lack of a better word. If it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for my brain picking up that smell and immediately thinking, oh crap, something's on fire, I need to vacate the premise immediately, who knows how long I would have sat there in a daze, completely not believing what just happened, just completely out of touch with what was going on in the outside world. I don't know how long I would have been there. It was only a matter of time. That's a fairly busy road at that time of day. And yeah, all it would have taken was one car, because it's like a 35, 40 mile an hour, right into the driver's door. Bad news. Bad news. But thankfully, it didn't come to that. I got the cops on the scene. We got the car towed. The car was obviously totaled. And that was the death of my first Focus. I ended up getting a second one after a significant chunk of time that my dad told me at the time was because they were trying to find one. Focus is one of Ford's best-selling vehicles. He was taking his time because he knew I was a dumbass, and he wanted to make sure I was smart enough to take control of my own car again, and let's put it that way. But yeah, close call, really close call. Again, not as bad as it could have been. I know there's much worse accidents every year out there, but yeah, that was pretty scary, especially looking back on it now. When I was a kid, didn't think anything of it. Looking back on it now, I'm like, damn lucky. Damn lucky. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. If you liked the video, please like it, subscribe, smash that notification bell so you get all the Shifting Lanes stuff as we release it. You can find us on social media at Shifting Lanes. You can find me on social media at Kennedy83. You can support the channel by heading down to our Teespring account down below. That's where you get all your swag, t-shirts, mugs, cell phone cases. We got a whole mess of really awesome stuff. Definitely check that out, and every dollar we make goes back into creating content for you guys. That's for this one, guys. That is pretty much a wrap. Again, thank you so much for watching. Remember, next week the C30 is back. Can't wait to get back into her, start driving her again, start getting some of that fun I had in her before I got the Mustang, so on and so forth. But yeah, until then, guys, I'll see you next time.